Welcome to another episode of the 2-for-1 podcast. I am one of the two, Trevon Gross Jr. I'm joined by my dog, my brethren, my Canadian dog. Denzell Taylor is here with the dread. The braids is falling. My man's is grown. I see you. What's going on with you?
What's up, man? I'm here, man. Just ready for another pod. There's a lot to talk about, man.
There's a lot to talk about. We missed a week. I'm gonna tell the folks it's your fault. I'm gonna just go ahead and throw you under the bus. Y'all, it's Denzell's fault.
You know I had some things to take care of, with Shorty's birthday.
Hey, you know what I'm saying? Good cause. You know what I'm saying? Round of applause for that, for Shorty's birthday. That's always.
How you doing, though?
Man, I'm good. You know what I'm saying? I'm here in my undisclosed location, having a blast. I'm here for a good week. Got confirmation on when I'm leaving and all that good stuff. So I'm actually pushed it back. They actually pushed it back. So I'm back towards the end of next month. But it's cool. Is for me, it's good just to get like definitive answers.
Get the date. Yeah. It's like, okay, now I could count down. Now I could get all my stuff.
Right. Because bro, I was stressing. I ain't gonna hold you. I was stressing. Because it's like,
is it still there?
Yeah, bro.
Yeah, that uncertainty.
Bro, because literally like the conversation we had last time, like, bro, it's like I'm so used to like the PTSD, like it's PTSD, like that's literally just what
stuff falling through your hands.
Yeah, like it's like, bro, I'm just used to like, okay, something about to go left, and it's like, yo, I'm too close, right? So I didn't hear nothing. Like I'm like trying to figure out what's what. So, talk to the agent, and I got confirmation on when I'm leaving, so I'm excited about that. So workouts is going well, you know what I'm saying? Just excited, like I told you before, and all that good stuff. But man, life is great, bro. Life is great. Shorty trying to take all my time while she can before I'm out of here.
I feel her, man. Yeah. She gonna be,
yeah, it's all
gonna
good.
Be missing the kid.
No, for sure. But look, that's all right. That's all good. I'm just out here trying to make
all a part of the job.
Yeah. No, honestly, that's a good topic. Actually, maybe we can get into that a little later. But we have to start the show. An amazing record.
Flowers.
We gotta give flowers. Steph Curry is the all-time leading 3-point made leader in the NBA. That is tough. In the league. Crazy. That's tough. What's the number? Was it like 2,974 or something nuts?
Like that.
Something like that.
It's up there. It's something nuts, man.
And for me, what's amazing about that is the fact that like he's nowhere near done. Like,
bro,
that's the part
still
of it
in his prime. Like he has like 6-7 years of just unlimited range, and he's a shooter. Like, granted, he could play in the NBA for the next 10 years if he wanted to.
Easily.
Like,
no, I think honestly,
just running around.
He can honestly go longer than that because, bro, when you look at his game, it's not like he plays a physical game. He plays a very just conditioned game. Like, as long as he can stay in shape, like he can be effective. And it's not like you can't tell me he can't eventually do what Udonis Haslam's doing. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Stealing money. He just coaching. He just getting
he coaching, but like you can't tell me that you can't throw Steph out there and just be like, all right, now you just be in the corner and shoot. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like it's crazy, bro. He can literally play for another 15 years. Easily,
bro. Easily, just straight spot ups. And the whole thing about this, like, if you really look at Steph's career, it's actually crazy because the first like 5 years of his career, he was really finding his identity, finding himself. Like Mark Jackson, like, was the first one who stamped him and like gave him the keys and confidence. Yes. Like, no, I got the best backcourt shooting. Like, Steph is my guy. Like,
right. He was the first one to coin the Splash Brothers. Splash Brothers, wasn't he?
He's the one who told Steph, like, bro, you could do this. Like, you're one of these guys. You're top 10. And like to see him evolve from then till now, and it's crazy because last year he basically sat out all last year. His first 5 seasons, he was, ankle injury. He should have been broken this record probably 2 years ago.
Easily. And I think that's the crazy part. I think with Steph, he is a great example of what confidence will do for you. Like with real confidence, because obviously everyone talks about his story. Oh, he had no real Division I offers, and Davidson came through, and he broke out. But it's like, bro, the confidence to go into the situation he was in, because when you look at the Warriors team he started with, right, that was like the Monte Ellis Warriors. Like Monte Ellis was still the man on that team, and like once again we're showing our age, but like Monte Ellis was one of them. Like Monte Ellis was not for play. So for him to really kind of even find his identity through that, even fight through the ankle injuries, and then literally just revolutionize the game before our eyes, And like, once again, when you pay attention, like you can tell his confidence level, really grew from year to year, even game to game,
his
where
type
it's
of
like,
confidence is different. It's
yeah,
different because he's so confident, but he's not like, it doesn't come off cocky or anything. Like he's just, he knows himself. He stays within his range. But like, like, bro, as soon as he crosses half, you got to check.
It's up. But let me ask you this though. It makes me. Let me ask you, as a player, what are some things that give you confidence, like as a player? Because everyone, it's always one of those things that's like said, like, oh, you need confidence. Well, like, in your opinion, how do players like get that confidence? Like, where does it come from?
Like, one thing is either you have it yourself or you don't have it. But like the main source of confidence, I would say, or what I've seen confidence like boost players or kill players, is like the head coach, to be honest. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, obviously, like, you have to have confidence within yourself. You have to have that killer instinct no matter what goes on and off the court. Like, I have confidence. But like, bro, if your coach kind of kills that, it's kind of hard because you don't know. But if your coach gives you that green light, or like the like
Yeah,
green
not
light,
for
or to just grow as a player and be able to like try certain stuff and fail, that builds up confidence. Just being out there and playing with no fear gives you confidence. That builds confidence. Like a Stephen Curry, like a Devin Booker when he was in the Phoenix, like they gave Monte Ellis, like they gave him the keys, like, bro, it's okay, make mistakes. And then like they build in confidence over time, and now it's like, bro, they're crazy players. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So for me, I would say like the coach has something to do with that big time. But besides that, it's just yourself, man. You just got to build up self-confidence and just, no matter what happens, like, keep chugging. But it's kind of hard though, I will say, if you don't have the coaches.
No, absolutely, bro. I think
back corner.
that's a really good point because, it's like when you talk about confidence, it always starts with self. Like, that's kind of what everyone says, which is true.
Yeah.
Like you said, it's true. But that head coach plays a large role because, like, if you don't feel comfortable with going out there and being yourself, or you go out there, you can feel as confident as you want, but you go out there and let's say you shoot a shot that you're confident in, it could even go in.
Pulled.
But if the head coach don't like it, you can get pulled. So now you did something confident and now you're getting pulled. So it's like, I think even with that, to kind of go deeper into what you said, it's like you want your head coach to have confidence in you, but you also want to have room to make mistakes. Because at the end of the day, no one plays basketball perfectly. But that's also like, there's like beauty in that, right? Like, there's beauty in not playing a perfect game, because I think that's how discovery happens. Like, when you look at, Steph shooting threes on fast breaks, like, he wasn't the first person to do it. But when you look at his style of it, like, if Mark Jackson or, Steve, well, really just Mark Jackson, let's say, like, kind of pulled the leash on that, like, I don't know if we see the version of Steph Curry we do today. Like, I don't know if he breaks his record.
Evolved to the player that he is today.
Yeah, like, you know what I'm saying? And it's like, especially with the shot and then the turnaround and don't even look to see it go in, like, in a game, in some of the situations he does it in, it's like, fam,
bro,
like, it takes,
he's
like,
built
it's
up to a certain level. It's crazy.
Yeah, no, it's different. So, I think for Steph, like I said, like, he's just a perfect example of just what confidence looks like in a player, because, man, like, what he does on a nightly basis is, and I was watching a clip too. He really does not stop moving. He really does.
He's annoying to guard, bro. Matter of fact, like Stephen Curry, actually, like, bro, I was watching the game yesterday and I'm like, bro, if I was able to play with Stephen Curry, like, I could easily get 15 points. Like, the way he gets his players open, but like, he draws so much attention. Like, he's the most attention-seeking player I've ever seen play the game of basketball. Like, he'll set a screen, have two guys play with him, go with him, easy dump up. Like, bro, he's probably the best person to play the game of basketball with, because he draws so much attention. Like, it's so easy out there for his other players, man. Like, Draymond,
you're gonna be shooting open shots.
Like,
yeah, you're gonna be shooting open shots 1,000%. I would love to know. Man. I've always wondered this, like, what his conditioning looks like. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like what his, like, conditioning workouts are like, because once again, we're talking about the NBA, right? We're talking about the top athletes in the world. And like, those dudes are in shape, right? But when you think about an in shape NBA player, and then when you compare that to what Steph Curry does on a nightly basis, like that's a different level of conditioning. Like
Yeah,
I would
that's like
love to
some
know how he
cross
prepared.
country type training, like
Yeah,
because the
like
way back to back, like he doesn't look tired at all. Like he doesn't have his
mhm.
hands on his knees. There's not one point where you be like, oh, Steph is fatigued. Where other players, like you see maybe a KD or LeBron, like eventually,
Yeah,
like
just like a little
get
huff,
tired.
whatever.
You know what I'm saying? But
Yeah,
him,
so
he's like a Steve Nash or just bro. You
right, just
never see
always
guys
going.
get tired. Like
Yeah,
you know
like
what I'm
that.
saying?
That's good. That's what I'm saying. I would love to know like what his schedule is, like, because it cannot be just your normal. Oh, I work out once in the morning and once at night, and like
Once at
that's it. Like
night, that's it.
I would
I
love
don't
to
know.
know because once again, and the trick with basketball, not to like nerd anybody out here, like it's really hard to be in that level of shape and actually stay strong. Like to do that amount of running and actually still have like muscle on you. Like, because when you look at a lot of runners, they're skinny just because they're burning like that many
They're
calories.
burning a lot.
So,
Yeah.
and Steph is a muscular dude. Like you can tell, like obviously he lifts, right?
He's
Like
been in the
so,
weight room, yeah.
yeah. So for him to be strong and that level of conditioned is another factor to
That's
him.
another factor, yeah.
Yeah, breaking this
Because
record.
it's two levels of condition. Like there's being in shape, and then there's being like basketball on court shape. So even just
Right.
preparing for that, because there's a big difference in just summer workouts, maintaining, and like okay, it's go time, like back
Mm-hmm.
and forth on the court. Like so I would love to see that as well.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. No, that's a fact. Because, bro, I mean, Steph is just great, bro. Like I like is his personality. Even though he is one of the probably the biggest a-holes in the league for sure, but it's like in a nice way though. Like he's literally is
Yeah.
just like the babyface assassin. Is that what they call it? That's the nickname, right? Is
Yeah,
it silent
they
assassin or
call him.
babyface
I call
assassin?
him a light skinned assassin, but
Like it, whatever.
whatever.
That boy is good.
Yeah.
Either way.
Question.
But oh,
Question.
go ahead, go ahead, go ahead.
Does his thing hold up? Like
What you mean? Like the record?
points made? Yeah, the record
Yeah, that record's not getting touched, bro.
is not getting touched.
It's not getting touched, bro. Well,
They
once again,
always say that. They always
bro,
say that with
nah, like
Will triple doubles,
see,
and then there's someone comes around, like you know what I'm saying, in the
I'm
next
gonna go as
5
far to
years,
say
who's
like
just
because I was actually thinking about this just in terms of like, okay, this is what Steph's doing. So like obviously he's influencing the next generation, right?
yeah.
So let me refrain. Let me change what I said. I think it gets broken, but it's not getting broken anytime soon. Like I think we see probably another 20 to 30 years before we see this record getting
20 to
touched.
30 years.
Only because Steph is how old right now? Like 30,
30, 33.
33? He's
32,
33.
33. Yeah, 33.
He broke the record now. We just said he could easily play like another 10 years. He could. Like he could if he really wanted to, right? So let's say he plays another 7. Let's say just like, all right, whatever, I'm done. All right, I've done all there is to do. Plays for another 7 years. He's easily making close to 4,000 threes.
Easily. Nah,
Like,
that's a fact.
you know what I'm saying? Like 4,000 threes. So in order for a player to reach that, they would have to come into the league sizzling hot, like from 3.
Do
Like
they have to? Because
they
Steph
have
didn't
to,
come in
bro.
the league sizzling hot.
But
Think about it.
he didn't. But
The
like
only thing that from Steph to a regular player is like the playoff appearances and the finals. He plays late into the season, so he could log those. But as
he
far as those
could.
first 4 to 5 seasons, like probably like a Trey Young has probably outpaced him as far as threes the first 5 seasons. If you really look at it,
Maybe, but
the only
keep in
thing with Trey
mind,
Young is he's just not in the playoffs or something like that.
but the thing is, right? We named all the stuff with like Mark Jackson, his like I'm thinking about all the other stuff that had to go right for Steph to get this record, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like the team situation he's in and everything like that. Because the difference between, like you said, Trey Young's, like I guess 3-point ability, like Trey has to be like the all-around point guard for that team, right? And that's not to say Steph isn't a point guard or whatever, but like
Trey
Steph's job out there is to basically distract the defense or attract the defense, bring the defense to him, and when they don't, if they don't get out, that's your shot. Like, whereas Trey, he has to make sure everybody else gets shots. You know what I'm saying? Whereas, and the offense is just different because Golden State's offense is more of moving. They got Draymond, who's pretty much the point guard on that team. Whereas, you know what I'm saying? With the Hawks, with Trey has the ball in his hand. So, like, a lot of his threes are more so like off the dribble and like he's got to get to it. Where, as we just said, Steph is moving. just off the ball. So it's like a different situation. So like in my opinion, that's why I say like it's gonna be probably another 20, 30 years because whatever this next generation does, like this next player who's able to do it, a lot has to go right before this kid even steps on the court for him to even reach that. Because once again, 4,000 threes, bro. Like he's going to reach 4,000 threes. Like I see him ending it with like 4,200, something like that, like number of threes. Like because he's not slowing down. Because shooting, you can shoot whenever, especially the way he shoots. Like you can freaking throw the ball in.
How the league is, man. It's going to be softer. It's a shooter's league.
So, in my opinion, I don't see it getting touched anytime soon. Like it really could be an untouchable record because it's not like we're talking about scoring, like regular scoring. Cool. Like anyone can come to the league starting off hot and scoring. You just get to the foul line, you'll average at least 20. You know what I'm saying? But we're talking about made threes. Keep in mind, like for anybody out there, if you've shot like 10 NBA threes in a row, that ain't, you know what I'm saying?
Different.
Like, it's a little different.
It's just a little different than that high school fever line.
Like it takes a little bit of effort to shoot from out there. So, you know what I'm saying? And to do that multiple times in game, moving off the dribble, like
from 3 feet out from the 3-point.
Yeah. 20 to 30 years, bro. What do you think?
Man,
do you think it gets broken? Do you think someone gets it?
Yeah, for sure. So I think someone gets it, but no time soon. Okay. Like,
gotcha.
I'll tell you. Nah, but shout out to Steph Curry, man. Like MVP, probably gonna get another ring this year. It's crazy.
Yeah, man. Really, you were right on the money with your Steph Curry take. I have to give you. I gotta give you some applause for that. Hold up. I gotta give you some applause for that.
Love. It's crazy because like last year, if you really want to be tit for tat, like he was more dominant last year than he was this year, but he's getting way more praise because he has his guys back and they're winning. But last year,
he was killing. Oh my God, he was killing last year. No, he was absolutely killing last year.
It was different type of kill though. Like,
no, it was. He was on a mission. And that's what I think. That's a great example of just like the perception of things. Because you're right, he was killing more. Like he was locked in last year. Last year he was locked in. But you know what? I think now that he kind of has the pressure of the record off of him, he goes even like I think he goes stupid now. I think.
Guess what? And Clay comes back the ending of this month. It's gonna get like, bro. This NBA season is over. The only way that this NBA season gets saved if it's someone from where is he from? New York or New Jersey suits up and comes back.
He's coming back, bro. He's coming back.
That's the only way this NBA season gets saved.
Kyrie's coming back. I'm sorry. Y'all heard it here first. Kyrie Irving is coming back. Let me be the one to say it. Like, because everyone wants to hint at it and maybe Kyrie's coming back before All-Star break.
How you know? How you so
fam,
sure?
You just
got that connects up there.
The writing's on the wall.
What's going on?
The writing's on the wall. Like we've seen this too many times. There's too much money involved. Kyrie's coming back before All-Star break. You heard it here first.
All I know is I'm gonna start betting money on the Warriors somewhere. The odds are probably horrible.
I'm not mad at that. Not mad at that. I would love Anthony Davis to wake up, but that's a whole nother thing.
Oh, no. Time out. They're really trying to scapegoat Russell Westbrook, and I hate it. I don't like it.
Yeah. Well, wait. We have to apologize for that. We have to apologize to Russ. We owe Russ an apology. I will hold this podcast and this platform accountable for what we said about Russell Westbrook. Now, we weren't necessarily wrong about what we said, but it was our tone where we went left.
Of how we said it.
It was how we said it. We weren't wrong about what we said. Because that nigga should not have been airballing them shots. Should not have been. I will hold him to that standard. But I ain't like our tone now that we see what's really going on. Yeah. Our tone was off. So Russell Westbrook from the 2 for 1 podcast, we apologize. Now
we apologize, my brother.
Yeah. Now, as you were. So keep going. Yes, they're using Russ as a scapegoat for sure.
They're using Russ as a scapegoat and like basically just blaming him for everything, putting him on the trading block, trying to get whatever they want from him. When the whole reason why they're in this predicament is Anthony Davis. He's playing like
Yeah.
Space Jam. Like someone came, took it. So like he's still getting okay numbers. It's not the thing, but if you watch the game, I always preach this for the past 2-3 contests, is how he scores, being dominant, taking over games, like being the Anthony Davis he was in New Orleans, or even his first year. Like, bro, he's not as dominant. I don't know. I don't know what's going on.
I'm here
with
to
him,
ask the hard questions, Denzel. This is what we do in 2-4. Has he become like complacent ever since winning that ring? Has the ring basically made him soft? Has he lost motivation because like has he gotten comfortable because he's won a ring now?
I don't know if it's the ring, him being in LA with LeBron, having like a crush Chelina. Like I'm with LeBron. Like LeBron's a main focus. Like I could kind of slide by. Oh, we got Russ now. I could really kind of just, pop in, pop out. I don't know what's going on. Maybe it is like he finally got his. The one ring. Everyone could get off my back, and I could just chill. I had Brown. I had Westbrook. I don't got to do much no more. I don't know what it is, but he hasn't been. His percentages, watch the game. Horrible.
He's been bad. But and you know what? I loved. I watched a video on Twitter of Charles Barkley. I don't know if you saw it. I don't think I sent it to you, but Charles Barkley was pretty much saying, and this is why I love Chuck, because he's just like he's one of those dudes in the NBA, like that whole inside the NBA, like that whole crew.
He just says what's on his mind.
You can't say anything like if they have a basketball take, like you just got to take it because like that's them, like that's them, right? You can't say nothing. Even Ernie could say something like that's Ernie, right?
That's them, man.
So Charles Barkley was pretty much just saying how the Lakers are using basically threatening, they were talking about firing Vogel and using Russ as a scapegoat. And he was just like, bro, cut all this. Anthony Davis is the problem. You have not been performing at the level you're supposed to perform. You were supposed to be a top 5 player in the NBA, and you haven't held up your end of the bargain. And you're about to get this coach fired because you aren't holding up your end of the bargain. And it's just sad. Like, I'm sorry. Someone needs to say it. And I like that. And I like that he said that because it's true.
Someone has to hold him accountable, bro. He's supposed to be like, when we look at the Lakers, we're supposed to be thinking about Anthony Davis, LeBron, Westbrook. Like when we think of the Lakers, we're still thinking Bron's a star. No, Bron's not the star. You see, Bron is still Bron, but at the end of the day, bro, Anthony Davis.
He's been.
I'm sorry, you're gonna have to take accountability, but this is your team. This is your franchise. Like, bro, wake up.
No, for sure. And
the writing's on the wall, man.
I wonder what that locker room's like, because like obviously like I want them to be close knit because that's like what you have to be in these types of situations as a team. But like I just wonder what the conversation is like in terms of, because every player is different, right? So like some players you can kind of yell, cuss them out, be like, yo, wake up, like, you know what I'm saying? You can do that. Others just like, yo, baby, I need you. Like, come on, let's get it, right?
Like, come on.
Yeah, I wonder what that talk is between, like,
I don't know.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I really do.
So he's kind of shy and kind of like maybe you have to coddle him a little bit or just try to encourage him, but it's not working.
Even this, right? So I was thinking about this, right? What do you do if you're Malik Monk? What do you do if you're Taylor Horton Tucker on that team? What do you do if you're Kendrick Nunn? And you have to talk to Bron, you have to talk to AD, like on some, like, you know what I'm saying? I feel like a part of that's intimidating to a degree.
It is, for sure. That's LeBron, that's AD, that's Russell Westbrook. What am my little ass gonna say to them? But at the end of the day, we're teammates, and I have to hold you accountable for a level that you have to be playing at for our team to succeed.
Yeah, like I can imagine that's actually a tough position to be in,
bro. It would be probably tough, like.
Like if Bron's having a bad game or Bron makes a turnover or whatever, right? Like, do you say something?
I don't even think like the coaches say anything, because I've literally seen Bron make some horrible plays, and I'm like, okay, like does a coach yell at him or hold him accountable here, or he just lets it go because it's Bron?
Yeah, like
I just let it go.
I feel like it's so selective. I feel like it's so selective because, like, as a teammate, right? It's like you want to be able to hold your other teammate accountable, right? If it's like, yo, you got to play better, like, yo, you got to make that pass, right? Like, yo, you rebound, box out, like those things, right? You want to be able to say those quick little things, but when I think about, once again, who's on that team, it's like,
there's levels.
What do I say?
The only person who could probably say that is like Rondo. Like, yo, come on, y'all. Like,
Rondo, but that's Rondo. So like,
that's Rondo.
Not about him. You already know how Rondo give it up. Like, that's, you know what I'm saying? He's not in this conversation. But I'm saying, like, Like, okay, even if you're in that second group and you're playing with Melo misses a defensive assignment. That's Melo still. Like, yo, Melo, you supposed to slide down there. You to help, right? And Melo looking at you like you supposed to do something, but you know it's him. It's like now you in like a exchange with Carmelo Anthony.
Limbo,
Like I can
like, do
imagine
I
that just being
push
tough.
my point? Yeah, do I push my point knowing that I'm right 100% and willing to die on this, or do I sort of
Yeah.
like fall back? I think personally, like they build such a friendship or cohesiveness as a team where it's okay to do that because you have to. Like
Yeah,
I
like
have
it
to be
has to be like that. It does.
everyone has to be
It
able to
does.
hold each other accountable. So I think personally, maybe it's sort of something that they talk about like but before the season or stuff like, bro, it's okay. Like I'm not gonna feel offended or a certain type of ways. But that doesn't always work because there is certain moments or times where not to say nothing.
Yeah.
You know
Yeah.
what I'm
No,
saying?
and
So
that's why I
it's
think it's so
tricky.
tough. That's why I think it
It's
is, like
very
you said, it is
situational.
tricky. Like, and I'll ask you this: like, in your opinion, how important is it for there to be like an understanding between teammates? Like,
It has to be huge.
because it's different for
Huge.
everybody, right? Like, there are teammates that you have to get on every single time, right? But you also have those teammates where it's like, okay, I don't have to get on you every single time. I might not even have to say anything to you. Like, you
I
messed
could
up.
just,
You right? Like,
I could
how
just look at you and
important?
be like, "Come on, dog," and pat you on it or something
Right.
like
So I'm asking you, like, how important is that? How important is
you.
that dynamic to
It's
a winning?
huge because you have to know how you can push certain people or just know your personnel. Like I gotta know if I come to you, I could yell at you, get in your ass, and he's gonna be like, all right, I got you. But if I do that to John over here,
Mm-hmm.
it's not gonna get the same reaction, and John's gonna fold. Like he's gonna crumble
Yeah.
in the moment. So I just got to know who I'm talking to and how to talk to them. But it's big as far as where you want to go and just being cohesive as a team and winning games. You have to know personnel. You have to know who I could get in their ass. Like me and him have a good rapport. That's my dog. We chill all the time. Like
Mm-hmm.
nigga, come on. But if I'm talking to someone else, sort of like it's good. Next time you got it. You know what I'm saying? You got to know who you're talking to because so in the big moments they'll fold.
Yeah, I think so too. And I think what's
Try to
also
encourage
interesting
them.
too, like when you see like those like bench scuffles like during timeouts and stuff like that, like, to the casual fan, right? We always talk about like the casual fan versus like real hoopers in terms of really seeing what's going on. Like to the casual fan, that looks like a lot, but to any real hooper, like if you've hooped
It's
at any
nothing.
type of level, like on that, like just a high level, fam, that ain't nothing but a little bit of straight, and that ain't nothing but you was really supposed to rotate, not me. That was we ran this play, not that. You was supposed to
Not that.
backboard cut, like you know what that is, like it ain't even nothing that much to it, right? And I think it's just interesting because even though it looks bad, that level of, we'll call it, accountability is necessary. You need it. You
It
really
is.
do. Like,
You need that level of accountability, that a level of communication, just that passion for two players to be passionate about a play or an assignment or a miss or just trying to figure out.
yeah,
It's communication. It's good communication, even though it may come off as wrong. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying? But
yeah,
just that passionate about it is a great sign. But all I have to say,
absolutely.
don't touch me, don't put your hands on me though.
Yeah, we ain't doing
I ain't
none
no
of that.
Dwight
Like,
Howard.
hold up. I'll clear this whole bench out. Like, what are we doing? Hold up.
A
We
little
can
bit
talk. You can
different.
yell. You can cuss me out. Whatever. We ain't doing no laying of hands. We ain't doing that.
We ain't
If not,
doing
we can
that.
go
I
to the
got
locker
people
room right now. Like,
I got people in the crowd about to jump in. I got
Yeah.
brothers and sisters. My mom about to come out. It's about to be a
No
family
facts.
event out here.
Oh, for sure, for sure. But going back a little bit, we mentioned Bron, we mentioned Steph. This has been, and this is a topic with love. This is a topic
It's
with
not even.
love. This ain't hate. I'm just here to give the facts. And I'm gonna say it, Denzel. I want to keep you safe. So just let me run this ISO. Let me run this four flat.
You got it.
I'm
Go
gonna
ahead.
get
Go
it.
ahead.
Steph Curry does not belong on any greatest of all time basketball players list. He doesn't belong. That's it. He should not be on the GOAT, the greatest basketball player to ever play list. He should not be there.
He's
He
one of the
only
best.
shoots
He's one of
the
the best players
ball.
in the league.
Yeah, in today's era league. But at the end of the day, we're talking about basketball. He is the greatest shooter of all time. That is a fact. That is a absolute fact. However, do you see who else is on that GOAT list? KD, Bron, Jordan, Larry Bird, Magic. Who else is on that doggone list?
You went through like 6 names without saying Bean, but go ahead.
I mean, we getting there. Of course, Bean is in there. Bean, you got oh man, why am I forgetting the big man from well, Shaq is definitely in there. Wilt, you got Wilt, you got Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. Like, you have some aliens in the space. Now, keep in mind, and this is the distinction I'm going to make. Steph is really great at a skill in basketball, at one fundamental, two fundamentals. He's mastered handles. Okay, but I have a response to that. But let me land this point. Then I got you.
He single-handedly shifts the culture of NBA basketball and how it's officiated and how it's played.
And so did Allen Iverson.
We haven't. I'm about to say we haven't seen that since AI.
I was saying, so did Allen Iverson, but Allen Iverson doesn't belong on the GOAT basketball player ever play list.
Allen Iverson has never won a ring, been to the finals once.
Stephen
Curry has 3 rings, about to win his 4th. He doesn't have any finals MVP. That's the one thing I will say. But
we are talking
about 2 MVPs, unanimous ever.
No, that's heavy. Like, you know what I'm saying? You can even say that. But I'm talking about just the greatest basketball player to ever play. And you and I both know that basketball is a lot more than just scoring the ball. You and I know that for a fact. Like that. Okay. So it's not like we about to sit here and say Steph is some lockdown defender. It's not like we sitting here saying Steph can get you 15 to 20 boards. It's not like we're sitting here saying that Steph can get you 20 assists. Now, he could probably do the 20 assists. So let me not act like scoring is the only thing he do, because he is not a one-dimensional player. But basketball is a much bigger sport. There is more to this sport than just shooting the ball. Now, he has mastered the skill of shooting. I would even say he's mastered the skill of dribbling. However, those 2 skills alone do not get you on the list of the greatest players of all time. And I'll even add to that, when you look at the dudes that are on that list, there are just some things that skill matters none. Bron, 6'8", 260. KD, 7 foot with a guard handle, can shoot like anyone, silky, buttery smooth. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, 7'1". You get like Wilt Chamberlain. Like, there are things that only God can give you to be on this.
That's what makes him great, though. Like, he defies the odds, and he's still up there as one of those guys.
For sure.
I'm saying? Like, he doesn't have no freakish anything, but like, he has a dad who showed him how to shoot, and you see what he's doing now.
All right, so I ask you this. I'll put you on the spot then.
Go ahead.
You could start a team in their primes. Keep in mind, any player in their prime, I'll give you 2 players. Are you picking Steph or Bron in their prime to be on your team? There's only one right answer.
I mean, that's not fair.
Why is that not fair?
Obviously, it's not fair. Me personally, I'm gonna pick Bron in their prime because
so wait, I'll do another one. I'll do another one. Steph or Jordan in their prime?
I'm picking Jordan.
Okay, you want me to do another one?
This is me personally, but other people may think differently.
Look, I will put this in a poll. It doesn't matter. Like, listen, there are just certain things. Like, I even go to say, and I've said that. I don't know if I said this on this podcast. I'm taking Anthony Davis in his prime over Steph Curry in his prime, personally. Like, and I know we're like
that one you could probably argue now. I don't know.
I'm fine with an argument. However, if I'm starting a team and I want like a piece to build around or whatever, like, you obviously, once again, we're talking about rare air. So like, I want everyone to know, like, I'm not crazy in what I'm saying. Like, this, we're talking about rare air. Like, literally, you can pick any of these players and be fine on a team. But what I'm saying is, when you look at what can be done on the court, Anthony Davis affects both sides of the ball in a major way. Anthony Davis can score 60, 20, and 10. He can get you that. Steph probably could get you 80, 15, 80, 15, and 8. Feel me? Like, keep in mind, respect. Steph can run it up. Steph, I think, could score 100 points in today's NBA. I think he could. I think he could do it. Like, if he really went out and like was locked in beyond all belief, and like, I think he could do it. But there's more to the game of basketball. So when I see things like Stephen A talking about how Steph is the new face of the generation over LeBron, Hold on there, buddy.
That's a valid.
No. I can't.
That's
I
a
can't
valid
agree with
point
that.
though. Like
I can't agree with
you
that.
could have that talk though. Like that you
No,
could have
I'm
that
fine with
talk,
the
Trey.
conversation.
As
I'm fine with
far
the
as this
conversation.
generation, as far as how the generations is shifting, you could
But
kind of have
see,
that talk.
the
You know
thing
what I'm
is,
saying?
right? And this is why it's so nuanced. And this is where I'll insert Allen Iverson, right? The reason why Allen Iverson and now Steph Curry have had the impact that they have is because they are more like the average human being. And I say average human being in the sense of AI was 6 foot. He was really like 5'11", right? And he was a killer. Like,
features,
once again, killers, right? Steph, 6'1", small, light-skinned dude, can shoot the mess out the ball, right? Once again, you had Bean in the league when AI was in the league. You had Jordan was in the league when AI was in the league. Obviously, now with Steph, Bron's in the league, Katie's in the league. Like, yeah, Bron is the face of the generation, but people identify with Steph more only because he's more of like he's more of a mortal, quote unquote. You know what I'm saying?
He is, because
So
he's more regular. Like Steph gives
right.
people like, oh, I have a shot, I could do this. Like, you know what I'm saying? He gives
Yeah,
people the hope.
like for the young kids that aren't 6'8" and men, you know what I'm saying? They aren't man childs. They're gonna identify with Steph. They're gonna more so follow the mold of what Steph has done. So yeah, that like once again, the conversation is fine, but I think people should just put this in its proper place in the sense of when you talk about the face of a generation, in terms of like the best player in that generation, it's still LeBron James.
So,
I'm sorry, like it's still LeBron James, and even after that, it's gonna be KD. And if it's not KD, it's gonna be Giannis. That's just the truth of it.
that's
You know what I'm
where you're
saying?
going,
Like you could say, someone probably could say, oh, well, it's Devin Booker. Oh no, it's Joel Embiid. No, it's Giannis.
No.
Sorry. Like that's, you know what I'm saying? Like that's just what it is. Now, once again, that's not to take away from Steph. That's not to take away from any players. That's not, you know what I'm saying? But we're talking about like just dudes that are able to do things on the court because they have tools that nobody else has. Once again, we're talking about tools that are just God-given. So yeah, I put Steph in the same boat as AI. Like obviously I don't want to say he's accomplished more, but when you talk about, obviously like you said, he's won the rings, right? Unanimous MVP. And, but when you think about just the way that AI impacted basketball and the way Steph has impacted and revolutionized basketball, it's the same thing.
It's the same. It's the same.
It's the same thing. We're witnessing just a resurgence of AI. That's pretty much it.
But the way Steph has done it, and how, like, for me, it's like how fast he's just arise into this shooter assassin, like out of nowhere from Golden State, not a huge market. How he's evolved, how he's just built up everything, like just how he is, like, bro, that fast, that quick, and he's not the tallest. He doesn't have the best physical features, all that, and for him to be able to do that, like, he's definitely. I'm not mad of him being like,
like you're not. Like, yeah, like you're not mad at him.
I'm not mad at it.
In that.
So is he better than Bron, or should he be on Mount Rushmore? Probably not now. I'll probably have to check back in the next 3 to 4 years. Me personally, but I'm not mad at people talking about him and him being in the conversation. Me personally, just how, bro, like this is his league as of far right now. Like 2 months ago, was it his league? Me personally, no. But right now, what he's done last year up until this year, it's time to start having these conversations, which I think is right. Stephen A. Smith probably took it a little bit too far of just, if Stephen Curry wins this ring, he's officially on there, pump your brakes. But like what he's done in this year and a half, like we gotta like hold up now, pause, push the brakes.
That's true.
This is
but
crazy.
I think also it's two conversations that I think people are trying to make into one, because when you have the conversation of who belongs on the greatest player of all time list versus who's the new face of the generation,
what's going on right now.
Yeah, those are two different conversations, because the conversation is always going to be Jordan versus Bron. Like the conversation, I should not see anyone saying the conversation should be Jordan versus
Steph versus Jordan.
Yeah, like
I've seen that on Twitter the other. I'm like,
that should never be a conversation. Is this what we're doing? Yeah, like that should never be a conversation, because first, like I said, defense. Like that's just the first easiest thing I can.
The first red flag that comes.
Yeah, like defense. Like everyone knows Jordan played defense. Like, granted, you know what I'm saying? Jordan wasn't necessarily known as a lockdown defender. Now, he had the ability, but Jordan was still a good defender. Steph has been terrorized on the defensive end. Now, not as much within recent years.
Does one thing really well. That's like two things really well. He handles. He's a sniper, snipes, man. As far as assists, whatever, average.
Yeah. But that's why I say, like, for me, it's crazy to see these conversations of, well, it should really be Jordan versus Curry now. And it's like, hold the phone. Like, you know what I'm saying? So that's like, I think it's just interesting because we're seeing different levels. Like, that's what makes AI so dope. That's what makes Steph so dope, because once again, people just identify with them more because they're actually like, whoa, I'm actually his height. Whoa, you know, he's a little guy. Like, whoa, you know, there's a relation there. Whereas, you know, you can be a fan of LeBron all you want, but you're not about to go to sleep and wake up 6'8", 260. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's just what it is. Like, you're not going to wake up like Jordan and be 6'6" and have bare hands. Like, it's just not going to happen. It's just the truth.
Yeah.
So, and we talk about this podcast all the time. Like, a lot of, like, one of the biggest ways to be successful in the game of basketball is just telling the truth about, like, who you are in your game and what you're able to do.
And your abilities. No,
sure. Like, fam, at the end of the day, like, yeah, I'm athletic, but don't expect me to go for lobs all game. Like, no, not doing it.
That ain't me.
No, not my game. No thanks. Sounds tiring, actually. That's actually a good topic to talk about, like dunking, and just like as you get older, like how dunking, just your whole perception of dunking changes.
Bro, it's 2 points, me, please. I don't care how I get it. Give me the layup. I don't care no more.
Give me the layup.
About no flashy.
Nah.
You know what I'm saying?
Man, the only way I'll dunk today is like, I can't even say I'll dunk if we need some energy. Like, fam.
Bro, for me to dunk, it's gonna have to be like a drop off, and for it to be like literally not no one there, but like a 2 feet radius between me and the next defender, or a fast break, and there's really no one beside me. Bro, you could be in my rear view, and I gotta hang on the ring because I'm not trying to hurt myself.
No, it's a fact. You gotta hang on the rim. Absolutely, absolutely have to hang on the rim, and like literally look down just literally to make sure it land real light. So you gotta land light.
I ain't young no more. I just can't pop the rim down and
let me tell you,
pop right back up.
Fam, I'm gonna just jump and see where we at with it. Like, that's just what it is.
No. I gotta make up my mind before I jump that I'm dunking the ball. If I can't just jump and choose whether to dunk it. I have to literally, okay, we gonna try and dunk it and see what happens.
Bro, I've done that for a while, bro. Where I'll literally in my mind, like, all right, I'm gonna lay it up. That's the base. That's definitely what I'm gonna do. But if I jump and I feel it, all right, we might be able to throw it in, might be able to flush it. But the baseline first choice,
I passed there.
Lay this rock up, lay it up.
I passed that level of where I could, or at least even think about deciding when I jump. I have to decide before I take off. As soon as I plant my 2 feet, it's like, all right, what are we doing here?
What are we doing?
Bro, are we gonna go for the juggler? Or are we just trying to find some contact and blocking my man off and just put the ball in the hoop?
You know what's funny too? Like when we were younger, right? You remember how just hype you used to be when you could dunk, so you just wanted to do it all the time, right?
Going lobs, crazy.
Going crazy. Now it's like, fam, if I'm a dunk, I'm gonna need at least 20-30 minutes of warming up before we even think about doing it.
Before I touch a basketball, bro, I gotta get my stretch in there. I gotta get some downward dog, child's pose. Stretch out my hips.
I need all of that.
Before I even step on the court. And now I think about dunking. So after I get warm, after I run up maybe like 5 minutes, okay, so I'm feeling good today.
No, bro, I'm gonna need the 35-minute warm up with all that, and I need to see at least maybe 5 good layups go in first, just to see, just to see, like, okay, oh shoot, I'm touching the backboard on that. Okay, I might be able to elevate a little. Okay, yeah, we can throw it down a little bit. Yeah, but we ease our way into those things now. That dunking mess, oh Lord,
we used to do it fresh off the warm up, just like first dunk.
Just you know what's crazy? Like I remember my bounce in high school, bro. Like bouncing high school was stupid. Like you literally, like you said, 10 toe touches before a game, and you was going crazy.
Crazy.
Now, if I did 10 toe touches and tried to dunk, I'm tearing something.
Like,
That's how it
slow
feels.
down, big fella.
That's literally how it feels, bro. Like
We
ever since we started lifting in college, like all that bounce stuff, out the window.
My probably best year. No, definitely out the window. Probably my first 2 years. My freshman and sophomore year. After that, it was started to become like, okay, like I'm still up there, but it's like more of a choice. Like it's more of a
word.
Word. I'm here.
Yeah, like I guess we're here.
I'm in practice, so coach is watching me. Let me just
Hey. Sometimes you be up there and be like, yo, why am I up here?
Don't make someone try to throw you a lob. I'd be running 2-on-1 fast break. I'm like, bro, just
work, yo, bounce pass it, or you go. Don't come over here with.
Or if I get the ball, I ain't giving it up until last minute. Yeah, you lay it up.
No, listen. What I used to do all the time, bro, 2-on-1s. I would literally just make up in my mind, I'm like, fam, I'm not throwing no lob. I'm gonna just go up. If he jump with me, rat pass underneath. If not, I'm gonna just shoot the layup and probably get fouled.
My coach hated the rat pass. You cannot do that 2-on-1. You have to literally either bucket or it had to be a bounce pass. Not because that's cheating. Like he cut that out. He hated that. There used to be one guy who used to do it all the time. Like, no, it's gonna get stolen in the game,
bro. It's effective.
The defense is recovered.
It's effective. Where it's like, yo, listen, I would get this pass off. I'll do it. At the very worst, I'm going to the foul line here. I'm telling you.
Man.
And if you miss it, it's pretty much the same thing as a pass because you took the defender with you, and your man just gonna follow it up. So, what you know what I mean? The fact we're on a 2-on-1 is the win. We should get points here, and it's not my fault. That's bro. That's funny. That's funny, bro. We owe. Yeah. Moving on. Let me look at this topic list. What you got?
We got this COVID, man. We got this Omarion variant. Cases are up. We got like 2 teams who are barely active right now. I think the Brooklyn Nets last night they played with 8 players. Literally the bare minimum. KD had to play like 48 minutes. I went to overtime. They lost to my Raptors and all. And Bulls right now, they are out of commission right now. They had like 10 players in protocol.
The Bulls. Yeah,
they had to cancel like 2-3 games. They are down bad right now. And like today, I think one person has got the new strain, the Omarion, whatever they're calling it, variant. So I don't know what's going on right now, and there's 2 people with the Lakers who had to set out, but it's looking very 2020-ish or early 2021-ish.
And they ain't shutting nothing down.
I was about to say, I know they're not shutting anything down, so I'm kind of wanting to see what not Danny Ainge, what am I mind?
What Adam Silver?
Think about Adam Silver.
No, you know what would be dope? What I would like to see happen. I would like to see if you get COVID or you're in those COVID protocols, send one of your guys up from the G League. Like you take the Bulls, for example, right? Like send your G League team up. Send them up because to me, once again, why not use the opportunity? And maybe this is me just being good Samaritan, been jaded by basketball.
Very, very good Samaritan.
Yeah, like maybe, like whatever. I'll take that. I'll wear that, whatever. Right? Like, why not give those dudes that experience? Right? Because it's like, what else do you have to lose? Like the game's getting postponed. So like, why not at least go out there and get your G League dudes in there just to get the experience? Why not? What do you lose?
We have a lot to lose, especially if I'm the Bulls. I'll send maybe one or my top 2 guys.
You have 10 dudes out, Denzell.
Bro,
10 dudes.
I'll take the postponed game and I'll play it again. As far as the Bulls right now, we're in a position we've never been in before. We're probably we're top 2. We're top 2 in the East right now. We're playing amazing. We have an MVP candidate.
Game.
We have Lonzo Ball. We have Zach LaVine. I ain't trying to continue riding this out. I'm not putting my whole G League team for one game. Hell no.
You have 10 niggas out.
Christopher Columbus? Am I finding America? I'm not doing that.
Fam. But you have 10 cats.
You're putting your whole G League team up. You're calling them all up for one game.
Well, I'm not whole team, but I'm saying just one by one. Like it's a one out, one in. Like just if if Alex Caruso was out with COVID, all right, we're sending up whoever, like from the G League. Like, so I'm not saying like, okay, we just bring the whole G League team and roll out the balls to play. That's not what I'm saying. But I'm speaking to just give those dudes in the G League a chance to go out there and compete. Because at the end of the day, it's one game to y'all. Now, granted, I don't remember who they were supposed to play, right? So keep in mind, if they were supposed to play someone that's in the conference and like, let's say they were supposed to play Boston, let's say they were supposed to play the Nets or the Bucks or something
like 3 of their games are upcoming games, bro.
Yeah. So, okay. So even that, right? They're postponing 3 games. Like, why not? Why not bring up your G League cats? Give them that experience, just the experience. Like, because once again, what do you lose? Who knows? What if they F around and win? What if? Because you know how it go. Like, one loss in the NBA, especially at this point in the season, it doesn't mean like that much. It doesn't mean that much. You know what I'm saying? Like
something, but
it means something. Like obviously, right? But it's like
right now,
especially if you're at home or you're on an away 5-game away streak or whatever. Like, cool, I understand that, but I'm just saying, like, if you have 10 dudes out on COVID protocols, and you have 10 dudes that you can replace them with in your G League, working their butt off, that are just praying for an opportunity. Sounds like a good opportunity, in my opinion, to just, young fella, not even young fella, but you know what I'm saying? Like, go out there, get the experience.
Do they even have the money to do that?
What money do you need? I'm
just saying, because the people who are out, the 10 guys who are out, you still have to pay them, and now you're going to have to pay.
You still pay them.
10 other guys for the game. Yeah, it's whatever. It's the NBA.
That's an NBA organization.
They got money.
They got it. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, to me, it's like, why not give those G League dudes a reason to really stay committed to the team, right? And if you end up cutting or whatever, but at least at the very least, they walk away with the experience of, hey, I played in an NBA game, right? And I competed. Like, they look for me to compete. You know what I'm saying? Because you know how it go. Shoot, me as a walk-on, I know. Like, when you get thrown out there and it's 2 minutes left in the game, 30 seconds left in the game, man, don't nobody really trying to be out there. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like, don't nobody. So it's like, at the very least, they're able to get thrown out there, and they're able to say, okay, exposure. I was exposed to the NBA game for real, and I was like relied upon. Like, they really looked to me to make plays. Like, they looked to me to for real make shots. Like, they were encouraging me. Yeah. Like, I actually got closer with the coaching staff and everything like that. Now, like, I really want to be here. And now when I play this one game in the NBA game, now when I go back to the G League, I'm really like motivated to do even more. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, to me, that's a move I would do. Because once again, this Bulls team is great. Like, that's facts. That's a fact. They're going to be great. So I don't see one game of doing that affecting them. And on top of it, like I said, there's everything to win and not that much to lose. Because once again, they could F around and win a game. Because at the end of the day, like, it don't matter what level you play on. Like,
it don't matter who's on the court.
Hooping is hooping. So at the end of the day, if you outscore your opponent, you win. So who's to say? That's my opinion. Like, what I would like to see happen. Like, especially as we see more of like this COVID protocols or whatever stuff happening.
It's gonna get worse, man. Especially
probably
when niggas going home.
Probably. Listen,
wonder what's gonna happen.
Man, you know what happened, man. All them Chicago Bulls players probably just went to the same strip club. That's probably all that went. That's probably all that happened.
All out going crazy, and then one by one protocol. Because once one nigga gets once 2 niggas get a protocol, it's sort of like the whole team like basically has a chance of being affected or has a chance of really being called to protocol.
No, facts. That's all that matters at that point. Yeah. But
hopefully the NBA could continue going, because I don't want to see no bubble ball, bubble basketball, none of that. That's nasty. Nasty.
But speaking of just kind of pro basketball and stuff like that, we're talking about NBA. I want to switch gears a little bit. Overseas basketball seems to be like in complete shambles right now. Bro, not shambles, but it seems to be just like pure chaos going on over there.
Certain places, if you're not in one of those elite leagues, as far as just being out there and the fans, the racism, just all what's going out
Facts.
in Iraq this past year, it's just been a lot. The fights, there's just a lot going on, especially recently.
Paid on time.
Being on Instagram. being on Instagram, seeing all overseas fights, and just it
Mhm.
looks like craziness going on over there in certain places. Not all places, but
No,
certain places,
that's a fact. Let me see. There's a
and like
story.
chaos.
There's a story of a young lady. I forget her name, but there's a young lady. I forget her. Think her last name's Mitchell. She had dealt with. She said she experienced some racism with like some new rule. Excuse me, like about her braids or something like that in the league she was
Wow.
playing in, something like that. So I just want to send prayers up. I wish I could find her name, but if you're listening, you know who that is or whatever. Like prayers up, stay strong, because being overseas ain't no joke. Like, I mean, we talk about it sometimes, and Denzel, you have the experience with that. When you're overseas, and it's one thing to just be alone, but to also deal with, you know, to have to fight those fights while being out there alone. Like, I can only imagine what that's like.
Yeah. Yeah, it's really crazy because the only people you have in your corner are your teammates, or probably not even your teammates all the time. Like imports, like your 2 or 3
Mm-hmm.
people who are actually from America or whatever the case may be, and
Mm-hmm.
having like the whole arena calling you names, whatever the case may be, like just being
Mm-hmm.
black and the racial
Yeah.
slurs and everything. It's a lot. It's a whole toll just to be able to play the game you love on a night in and night out basis. You know what I'm saying? And then having to come to certain teams who are racist organizations, or the
Mm-hmm.
coach not being paid. It's a lot. It's a lot that goes into that. And just these past like what couple months, we've been seeing a lot of
A lot of
just fights,
wild
just a lot
stories.
of chaos going on as far as overseas basketball, man.
Yeah.
And it's only
Wow.
getting worse, and it's just getting filmed now. Like this
Mm-hmm.
stuff I've heard it's always been going on. Like this is nothing,
Yeah.
but it's finally like just getting like, okay, people are actually noticing, and this
Yeah.
is being filmed.
Yeah. And that's sad. And you know what? I was thinking about this. There needs to be some sort of players union. There needs to be some sort of players
Players
association
association,
for
yeah,
overseas basketball.
overseas.
Like there needs to be. And like I understand like there probably is a lot to that because there's just so many leagues. But at least start with the Euro
The
League. Start
main
with the
ones.
big leagues and work your way down. Like
Yeah.
because a lot of these stories about, why dudes get kicked off teams, whether it's really justified or not. Dudes getting sent home just because the team has no chance to move into the higher division and whatever. And like they basically cut your
They
contract
don't want
short
to
and
pay
don't pay
him.
you the rest.
Yeah.
Like, not getting paid on time or not getting paid the right amount or whatever, all this type of stuff. And it's like, bro, this stuff is crazy because once again, we're talking about people's lives, talking about people's careers, things like that. And it's like we already take a risk because it's a risk at the end of the day, right? To leave where we're from to go play basketball, do something we love. Like some of these fights, some of these issues we should not be having to deal with.
At
And
all.
to see a lot of these stories, because it's like, bro, even if you grew up, let's say you grew up rough, right? You're used to seeing fights, you're used to kind of being around a rough crowd, so to speak, right? Like that still doesn't mean that when you work as hard as you work to become a pro basketball player, that like
Yeah.
you should
You have
still
to be
be
in that
around,
environment.
right?
Yeah.
Like you, in my opinion, like if anyone disagrees with me, let me know. But I'm just like, in my opinion, when you work as hard as you work to get out of that type of situation where you grew up around the worst of the worst and you grew up rough, the whole nine, right? Grew up having to fight, grew up having to kind of, break into gyms, the whole nine, and you reach a place where you were a pro basketball player, you were doing this as a career. You shouldn't still be in a place where, as you're leaving the gym, you gotta, watch yourself. You gotta, make sure that nobody following. You gotta make like, saying, you have to worry about your safety. Now, granted,
Yeah,
obviously, as
certain
human
stuff.
beings, you should do that, but just especially when you're at that point, because playing basketball at this level should feel like making it out. It should feel like that.
Yeah.
So when you see all these stories, man, it's honestly heartbreaking. It's honestly heartbreaking. Like it's kind of similar to, I think we've had this conversation, like how the NBA isn't what we used to think it was, right? Like we used to think the NBA was like the very best players, like all 450 dudes was like,
Oh,
I see it,
yeah, we're
right?
just elite. It's
Yeah.
not.
And it's like, even with these stories coming out now, it's like, man, where is the pro basketball that I grew up loving? Like, where is the pro basketball where it's like, wow, like I can really see and love just playing basketball and
The
like that takes
player.
care of everything and I don't have to worry about nothing. Like, you know
It's
what
a
I'm
lot
saying?
different now. Yeah, it's a different motives. People have seen like the past, even out here in Canada, like for instance, like the past 5 to 10 years, the way the game has evolved, like people just see basketball as like a money grab now. Now everyone's a coach, everyone's a trainer, everyone is this big person of influence. Everyone's trying to make a buck, create a lead. Like it's not pure anymore. Like people like have bad intentions. Like, you know, everyone's just trying to make the quickest buck out here. And it's very sad to see, especially just these past 5 to 10 years. Because basketball has literally blown up. It's always been a world sport, but like out here, I don't know about out in the US, but out here these past 10 years, oh my God, from when I was in high school to where it is now, probably 6-7 years, it is ridiculous, literally night and day. Like back then, you couldn't even find a gym to go play pickup, and there was no pickup gyms at all. The only time you play pickup if you're at school outside or you're on a high school team and you guys are practicing. Now you have 1,000,001 gyms like devoted just for basketball all around Ontario, the GTA. Like there's money to be made, and they're out here making it. But,
absolutely, bro. No, you were 1,000%. 1,000% correct.
Wild,
it's crazy, bro. It's crazy. But, you know, prayers out to everyone that's overseas. You know what I'm saying? We with you. We praying for you. Stay safe. Head on the swivel at all times. Y'all know what it is.
Stay strong, man. Keep that mental strong, man.
For sure. Man, you got anything else? This is a long episode. I know we had to give them a long episode because, you know, we missed a week. Hopefully you guys appreciate it. I feel like we touched a lot of good topics. You think?
Yeah.
Anything else on your mind you want to talk about? Because I'm out. I ain't got no more topics.
Shout out to the Monarchs ODU. You know, we out here still doing our thing, striving. I don't know about Virginia. They over here losing to JMU.
Listen,
stuff like that. But it's all good.
Quick. But listen, Virginia fans, I need y'all to chill out. I can go probably another 20 minutes on this. Virginia fans, I need y'all to chill out. We haven't even made it a decade of being good.
Hey, man.
Nah, I'm gonna tell her like
drop the ball like that.
No, listen, you're right. Hold us to the fire. Hold us accountable.
It's like the tournament. It's like the tournament all over again.
Well, it ain't the hold up.
Sorry.
Hold up. Hold up. Hold on now.
I mean, I'm just talking about as far as a 1-16. You know,
hold up. That loss wasn't that bad. Now hold the phone. As someone that was there, that wasn't that bad. That wasn't that bad. But man, like on some real though, like bro. Okay, we lost to JMU. Definitely not a good loss. That was a bad loss on our part for sure.
Nah, the Twitterverse, bro. Oh my God, it was different because I was online, you know, so I was trolling you and everything.
Yeah. Oh man, yeah, y'all. He was letting me have it, bro. But here's the thing: the part of it that's frustrating is the fact that, you know, as someone that was a part of kind of helping put Virginia on that tier of just elite basketball in the college basketball world. To see the fans kind of, I mean, I'll call it like it is, like turn on us off of that one loss with the makeup of that team is so disheartening as someone that's like was a part of it. Only because, you know, when you understand the system that is Virginia, and I'll even talk generally. When you are rooting for a team that is based on a system, right? You have your Villanovas, things like that. There are multiple teams in college basketball that are just like it's system based. It takes time, it takes experience to for those types of teams to be good. So when Coach Bennett has 3 or 4 grad transfers coming in, and everyone like there's no one older, like there's only one 4th year who's and that's Kihei. Everyone else you have grad transfers. And everyone else is like 1st year, 2nd years.
New,
yeah. Like everyone's new. Like everyone's new. So to me, that tells you right there, like what's about to happen. Now that's not to say they won't be successful, because I think this Virginia team is going to be a good team, but there's going to be more of a process to figure it out. But that's always been the thing. So for that to always have been the thing, like I said, because Coach Bennett has now been there, I want to say 12 years. 10 to 12 years, something like that. He's been there for over a decade. But to see how there's been consistency in, it always takes time. There's always been a process. And to see the fans turn on us just because we lose a game to JMU after a rough start with this very new team, that's so disheartening, bro. And it's like, why are these fans so spoiled? Because, and we were talking about this before, we've only been good for like 7 years. We've only been good for 7 years. It wasn't until 2014 that people actually took Virginia basketball seriously.
Serious.
That's just what it is. So shout out to Joe Harris, shout out to Akil Mitchell, shout out to the whole gang, Justin Anderson, Lund, Malcolm, shout out to all y'all. But for real, like call a spade a spade. Wasn't nobody thinking about Virginia basketball until then. And even then, we had a lot to prove.
Everything was struggle. Facts.
Yeah. So when I see, we lose to JMU and there's a lot of season left, still should make the tournament with this team that's a very explosive team, and they're figuring it out. I can tell you that they're figuring it out. That's crazy to know that like the fan base is like flip-floppy now. Because it's like, do y'all remember how bad we were? Like how bad it was?
No, y'all were really bad. Like my senior year of high school.
Yeah, like I said, bro, like literally the ACC has been running through Charlottesville for all of 5 years. Besides that, it's been running through North Carolina for like the last 40, 50 years. Like that tells you what you need to know. So this expectation from the fans is crazy to me. It's crazy.
It's all good, man.
Yeah. I want to.
Fans will be fans. You can't really take them serious because as soon as y'all start winning, they'll be right there on the bandwagon back.
I just hold my Wahoo fans to just a higher standard.
It's a little bit higher standards.
Yeah, man. It's crazy. Like we've been through thick and thin. Like you can't just abandon ship like this. Like, nah, come on. Can't do that. But let me just man.
Yeah.
So, yeah, woosah. But man, this is a dope episode. I think we covered all there is to cover for sure. And
yes, sir.
But we bike. The 2-for-1 podcast is bike. We appreciate you. I ain't have no warm-ups on today, but it's all right. We just came to the gym, did our 10 toe touches and got to work. I feel like this is a good I feel like this is a good double effort from the 2-for-1 podcast. I think we really did what we had to do. But we appreciate you for listening. Like, comment, subscribe, reach out to us. We'd love to connect with you. Let's see. You got anything for him today? I want to say, what's something we could say today?
Oh my God.
He's not cheating. He's just in the gym getting up shots. What else? That's all I got today. That's actually probably the most basic one I got. That's a pretty solid. It's a solid one. I'll repeat one I said before. Like if you can't shoot, get a rebounder. If you can shoot, you don't need to
someone to the gym with you.
Yeah. Straight like that. But appreciate y'all. Check us out next week. And we out.